What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a phenomenal start to your week. Bitcoin having a great 5% pump this morning. Ethereum actually leading the way of the altcoins. Matic and some of the others doing quite well. And we were discussing the fact that we were getting extremely bearish. Well, not us, but the overall community was. And we knew that we were expecting some form of a bounce. And you can actually see right here, the overall crypto market cap has finally regained over $1 trillion yet again. So Bitcoin is pumping, Ethereum up 50% from the lows. Is the bottom finally in? That is the big question on everyone's mind. Well, I want to show you an insane fractal today, something that we've been looking at. You won't believe your eyes how it's been playing out. Could it actually be giving us clues to what we can expect for Bitcoin moving forward? And finally, my computer's not loading right now. I want to talk about why this upcoming week could actually be one of the most important weeks for the Bitcoin price. And if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider it. And yeah, side note, guys, there was a torrential downpour this morning at my house, and it completely flooded my my backyard. I don't know if I have a video of it or not. But really insane. Had a crazy morning on top of the fact that, Bitcoin is doing quite well. So diving in and having a look at Bitcoin right here, we knew, and by the way, this thing played out exactly as we had anticipated it. We got 3 perfect bounces right here, right? And I told you guys this was an ascending triangle. We did break out of it. And look at how we just completely respected this resistance, bounced off it. We got the confirmation as support. Look at this, hit the resistance again, came back down on the uptrend, and finally broke out. This is exactly what we're talking about, and this is how you make winning trades. And you have to obviously let them come to you. A lot of people do try to rush them, but if you guys are looking to trade, definitely check out BitGet. That is my exchange that I've been using recently, and you can get over $4,000 in bonuses extra by using the links below in the description. Make sure you take advantage of that, especially during these times. But let me show you why. You can see price did break out right here, but you could see why did this actually not continue to move upwards. And if we just come over here, look at this, guys. So you remember this downward sloping, basically this downwards parallel channel that we've been having, right? And we know that, okay, sometimes we come a little bit below it, we go a little bit above it, but for the most part, we tend to find the resistance support on this heart line, right here, and look at what we're doing. If I zoom in right here, guys, you could see that we are being held down perfectly by this level. Now, keep in mind, if Bitcoin can actually break out of this level, the next target is 24,300, and the target after that is anywhere between 28,000 and 29,300 right here. But that's not even the craziest part. If we actually have a look at this downward sloping trend, which, believe it or not, is actually different from this one, you could see that we have been being held down by this resistance right here, okay? And look at exactly where Bitcoin is trying to break out of right now, okay? So we have some serious resistance overhead. However, I was talking about this double bottom right here on the Bitcoin chart, right? And I did say we could be having that potential Adam and Eve double bottom. And look at this. The targets up here are closing the CME futures gap, which means that I believe that we could see Bitcoin rally. And, obviously we're going to come up here. We're going to hit a little bit of resistance around 24, a little bit right here around 26. But ultimately, I think we're going to at least come back up to $28,885. And I do believe we are going to close that CME futures gap. Now, let's talk about the crazy possibilities right now. Look at this EMA ribbon. And also look at this 50 on the monthly, okay? So I told you guys we usually find bottoms here on the 89. That's this lavender. It's the farthest one away. It's actually way out of the band, but it does show those extreme moves, right? Right here, bounce back. And look at right here, guys, bounce back. Now, right now, we are in fact above the 50, which is sitting at 21,606. If we can close the end of this month higher than that moving average, which basically means that Bitcoin just needs to stay above $21,600 by the end of this month. And that could literally signal that we are having the reversal. Because look, guys, it's not only that. we got the pi cycle bottom indicator, and if we take this yellow line right here, which is the 200 weekly moving average, you could see if I zoom in, look at what's acting as resistance. The 200 is acting as resistance right now, and that is also coinciding crazy with this one is around $22,682. So you could see how everything is sort of aligning right now. And really, if we could just take out this level, close that monthly candle above this, then guys, I think the worst is 100% behind us, right? We had the capitulation right here, the minor capitulation. We didn't have our buy signal yet. But remember, the buy signal doesn't call the absolute bottom. In fact, the buy signal tends to miss the bottom, right, by a little bit of percentage. Usually, there was a better opportunity, but essentially what the buy signal is confirming on the minor capitulation is that we've 100% reversed the trend. Unfortunately, once we do get that signal, it's good for us because it means the trend is definitely reversed, but it also means you missed out on buying those really good opportunities, which are most likely happening right now, which is why right now, not financial advice, is the time to be dollar cost averaging. Now, we were looking at this fractal, and I haven't showed it in a while. I want to bring it back because this is absolutely mind-blowing, guys. So I took the fractal from the top here, okay, the top that we had in April of 2021, all the way down to the bottom and all the way back to the peak that we had in November of 2021. Now, if we take this fractal and we lay it down right here, guys, is this not absolutely insane? And look, even if we kind of just adjust it a little bit right here, you could see how much this perfectly lines up with this resistance. Look at this, guys. We came down. We had the flag. We came down. Sideways consolidation, pump, right? Everybody's getting excited. Okay, so maybe that means we come down. We retest. We put in that full double bottom. And look at this. We come back up, retest this line, right? We get rejected. Come back down, retest the previous resistance as support, and then we do have the breakout. And if that is the case, guys, look at how this lines up. This right here puts our breakout sometime November of this year. This is saying the first week of November, potentially for this breakout, which aligns perfectly with everything that we've been saying about the end of this year, seeing that recovery. And I told you guys that the DXY was starting to get a little bit hot. I'll get over it. We'll talk about this in a second, but look at this, guys. We got into this zone right here. We know that this has been a historically high level of resistance for the dollar, 110, and we are pulling back. And if we continue to pull back, this is going to be absolutely massive for Bitcoin. What are other signs that Bitcoin is possibly having that bottom? Well, Bitcoin miners panic sold large quantities in June, another clear sign of capitulation. They were selling upwards of 400% of the Bitcoin. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, how can they sell more than what they have? Well, no, keep in mind that when prices are doing well, they actually stash the coins, right? They keep them, and then they end up with this hodl position. Of course, they're paying their bills, but you could see that they were taking some of those in the reserves, and they were selling those down. So we are seeing clear minor capitulation as well. And before we get into Ethereum, I just want to point out that the former BlackRock executive investment advisor Edward Dowd actually stressed that despite the recent crypto market turmoil, Bitcoin is in fact here to stay. So there's obviously a reason I keep making these videos, guys. I believe in Bitcoin. The world is starting to believe in Bitcoin, and really what we've had over this past year and a half is a phenomenal opportunity to accumulate before we have the next major move. And I firmly believe that by the end of this year, I still think 55,000 would be like the highest you could go for Bitcoin. I'd love to be wrong, and maybe we go higher. Although it is always bittersweet because you can't accumulate as many coins at cheap prices. So it's like part of me wouldn't mind if we had another dip. Like one more before, a little fake out, little double bottom. But ultimately, by next year, we're definitely breaking the new, we're gonna have a new all-time high by next year. That's my opinion. You can quote me on it. You can write it down. I'm sticking to it. By next year, we're having a new all-time high. And, he goes on to say, Bitcoin is here to stay. It's going to be a part of everyone's portfolio. At least with Bitcoin, you can exchange it digitally. And gold, it's much tougher sale for me. I'm not against gold, he says, but, maybe it's not a bad idea idea to have some, but he says, I can liken crypto to the dot-com era where 90% of the companies went to zero, 10% of them became Amazon. It's the job of the crypto folks to figure out which crypto is Amazon. I think Bitcoin is obviously in the running. For some of these other coins, good luck. But Ethereum, my goodness, look at Ethereum. So Ethereum was trapped in almost like a perfect range. Look at this, perfect resistance, boom, perfect support, perfect resistance, perfect support. I was not trading Ethereum actually, but if anybody was trading Ethereum, this had to be some of the easiest trade setups ever. And obviously guys, friendly reminder, do check out BitGet if you are trading. They have 20 Bitcoin daily withdrawal, which is insane. I've never, as a non-KYC user, ever had any withdrawal limit that high. So definitely check out BitGet, link below in the description. But getting back to this, man, what a beautiful consolidation and breakout. And I think that Ethereum may have a little bit of a pullback down here. I mean, it is a little overheated. You may want to retest this, right? But if we come back down to around that $1,240 level, I would definitely be smashing along, because I think the next level that Ethereum wants to go to is right here, which what you could see right here when we had the Terra Luna wick right here. This is the level for Ethereum. So yeah, my target for Ethereum is $1,740, and I think we're going to it probably by the end of next month, if not sooner. So definitely Ethereum would be a trade that I would be paying attention to. Make sure you check out those tutorials popping up above, etc. You guys know, stick around to the end. But obviously, the reason this is happening is because people are super excited about the merge that's coming for Ethereum, where it's going to move from proof of work to proof of stake. Now, they're estimating that it could be as soon as September 19th. So you had Martin Heisbeck, head of blockchain and crypto research at Uphold, saying Ethereum developers came out with a timeline for the merge that seems more credible than anything we have seen so far, namely several steps leading up to the week of September 19th. We do remain a little bit skeptical, but if the overall markets don't approve, then, maybe the launch could be pushed out a little bit. And yeah, look at all these liquidations, guys. People were shorting. I mean, God, I don't want to say it, but why would you short the bottom? You know what I mean? We knew that we were having that double bottom formation. We knew that we were oversold. Now, well, I'm not going to say now, because now we could have a little bit of a pullback and retest, but it was not the time to be shorting. So RIP to all the shorts. But nevertheless, guys, as I said, we have seen the DXY pull back. It is possible that we have seen short-term peak inflation, and it also is possible that, yes, the Fed may respond to the CPI reports and raise 100 basis points on the next meeting, but I believe that after that, we're going to see prices come down. We're going to see these commodities start to lose steam. We're going to see gas and oil fall, and I think that we could see the Fed reversing their tune, because as you can see right here, they are at the top of this level for reversing the hiking cycles, and if they don't, they risk going into a death cycle for the debt, which obviously I don't think they're going to do. I don't think Jerome Powell wants to go down in history as, the man who exacerbated the death spiral. But you can see right here, we've actually already come down and retest this a couple times on the 4-hour. Wait for confirmation. See if we can stay above this. And yeah, if we get a nice daily candle close or above 22,000, I would prefer really 2 days. One day you could get a little bit of a fake out. If we get 2 candle closes above 22,000, guys, I think that this was the bottom. I think that we got our Adam and Eve, right here, Adam and Eve. But I did say there was a potential for an Adam and Eve double bottom if you've been watching. That's exactly what we got. It's exactly what's playing out, guys. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, I don't know. There's a lot of analysts out there, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but we basically called every single move on this exact bottom using the BLX fractal. And I think that this does mean that there is a possibility that we could actually come down and wick and retest maybe in the high 18,000s, which I know seems crazy after all of this excitement that we're having. But if we keep playing out this fractal, we will be headed back to around $30,000 by October, and we will potentially be heading, higher, upwards of 37 to 40,000 by the end of this year. That is my story. I'm sticking to it, guys. Make sure you check out BitGet if you haven't. $3,000 also for bonuses if you want to refer friends and stuff like that. Check it out below. And if you are looking to trade, now is the time where things are exciting. We're getting those charts set up. We're getting the momentum. We have lots of resistance and support we can look at because we have a lot of data, right? It's actually easier, I think, to trade on the way back up after a move down because you actually have levels to use. When we're going parabolic and there's nothing above it, you're kind of just guessing. You're just trying to guess with Fibonacci extensions where we're going. We have a lot of data. We have a lot of support resistance. We have a lot of spider lines, and it's super easy if you pay attention and you let the trades come to you. And if you want to, obviously get subscribed to my channel, I go over every day. I show you guys what I'm looking at. I tell you the levels. I'll tell you when we get confirmation. I don't have any paid groups, nothing like that. If you guys want to support the channel, you could use the links below. I get a little bit of affiliate commission for that. But other than that, guys, everything is free on the Crypto Zombie channel. We are just here to get through this bear and make it to the next bull. And I hope you all stick around because it is going to be a wild and crazy ride. So thank you for coming back. I love you. You guys are awesome. Make sure that you check out these videos popping up right here, right now. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.